¿Qué onda, vatos? Thanks again for tuning into yet another video. Infamous coming at you live from the West Coast yet again, San Jose, California. So we are looking at the Mod Bandit here from Simpson. Unfortunately, I don't have a reference or anything like that to compare it to because this is my first modular helmet. That's why they call it a Mod Bandit. So if you're buying it from Motostorm, it's called Darksome White Simpson. They have a Venom, that's their Ghost Bandit, and so on and so forth, of course. So these are made over there. And I just have, of course, the listing from Motostorm because that's where I bought this one. So keep in mind, this is the ECE, the ECE 2205. So I don't know if this is louder or if they've addressed the noise issues in the 2206. But yeah, you guys can clearly see in the listing, looks like you guys bought out all the other ones, all the black and the gloss black options. Now they only have a few left. So large and medium, still available, but it's in white. So this is the Mod Bandit. And quite honestly, after 700 miles with the Mod Bandit, I think this is probably where the price should be, I believe. I mean, you have some solid options in the mod category as far as helmets. You guys have been seeing Trashing Supply. They've been moto vlogging with the what is the SRT mod. That's the one I was trying to get, but I mean, I believe it's about the same price. Like I mentioned in my first impressions video, I got this for a steal, like somewhere it's like 230 bucks after taxes and shipping. So not only did I get it on a discount, I also got, they also gave me a 30% discount on Motostorm. So if you guys are still looking for a modular helmet within a reasonable price for what I believe the helmet is, I think under 300 bucks, it's a solid deal. So, all right, let's get on with the review as far as the noise, the quality, the function of it. Like I said, this is my first modular helmet, so I can't really compare it to anything else. And probably let's address some of the complaints as far as let's just address the complaints first. As far as the action on the front, the visor and stuff like that, there is a little bit, even after, like I said, 700 miles, I still find myself pushing down on the face helmet. But I kind of figured out a way without, you know, because people have mentioned that they hold the back of the helmet and then they close the front, like kind of like that. I found out that you could just put your thumb right here in this spot right here of your helmet and then just, you know, do that. So that's how I've been closing my helmet, my Mod Bandit. So right when I'm about to close it, if it doesn't shut down, most of the time it does not close. I just put my thumb where this piece is, and I'll grab that nose and that visor and I'll push down on it and it locks into place. Not a big issue. Yes, I guess you would want it to, you know, just easily close in, but because of the way it fits, you know, there's a little bit of movement. It's not a tight fit. It's a medium. My head size is 7 1/4, so I'm 57, 58. That's my head size. So the medium fits me perfectly. That's pretty much, you know, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you're not gonna tighten down this chin strap all the way, you know, all the way up to, you know, the bottom of your jaw. That's the only way to kind of prevent the helmet from shifting and moving when you're trying to close that front piece of the helmet. All right, so there's the one complaint. The other complaint, you know, based off of my own writing, there isn't much ventilation in this helmet. You know, these, I really don't see anything as far as what these do. I've tried opening them, closing them, not much of a difference. There is a little bit of a vent visor on the inside of this helmet right here. This one seems to make a little bit more of a difference. The little vents that you have right here on this part of the helmet, so that makes a little bit of a difference when they're opened. You know, the back of it, you also have some external vents, but like I said, even with these on, I don't feel any wind on top of my head. It's just comes, you know, to this, and basically when I'm at a stoplight, summertime, when it was, you know, getting hot, I would just lift up the visor. I also found myself, you know, as far as putting the helmet on, I still can't get used to where this button is to lock in your visor. It's right on the cheek pad. You guys can see it right there. I'm using 2 cameras here, so you can still see it even right there. It still bugs me that I have to, when I'm trying to fit this in, I have to take my thumb, push that cheek pad up so I can lock it into place like so. Now remember, I have it on. Right now it's easy because my jaw and my face is not there, but once my jaw and my head is in there, you can see there is just no way to see that button. So I always find myself just a little bit taking longer than I should just to put that on there because of the placement of where that is. So I don't know if I remember them having some kind of a magnet lock system for this. I don't know if they make it for the mod Bandit. I'm not entirely sure where I saw it, but I know I saw it somewhere that you could add a magnetic latch to this. So maybe that might address that issue. So as far as the noise, this is still pretty loud. Okay, I have a Moto 3 from Bitwell. A Moto 3, mind you, it's a Moto 3 open visor. I have it right over there. I'll probably, put it in camera, but man, that Moto 3 open visor and everything, it's quieter than this helmet. I've added sound dampening matte material on the inside of the helmet. I've weighed the helmet. Surprisingly, it's still under 3.5 pounds. So I believe it's 3.3 ounces. 3 pounds, 3 ounces. Very, very light helmet. That's just that's the most surprising part of this helmet is just how light it is for it having, a modular face shield and for it having a drop down visor. So, what it is, it's super light, but it's, like I said, it's super, super loud. I haven't installed any foam around the ears. I think that might help a little bit more. So if you just buy like some speaker in-helmet speaker fillings, or just get the actual speakers, that might help a little bit more. As far as the mat that I put in it has made the helmet a little bit tighter because I believe it's like 2 mil thick. So it's just, it added a little bit of weight, but surprisingly it's still under 3.5 pounds. So it's a very, very light helmet, but it's very, very loud. So I mean, I'm okay with it. Honestly, I'm okay with how loud the helmet is. Once you get somewhere around 45 and plus, it starts to get louder. Around 45 miles per hour, you can really hear the wind. Even though I have a full fairing on my bike, so maybe it might, I don't know, it might be worse if you don't have a full fairing, like just a straight bob or something. I don't know, it might be worse. But once you get up to 60 to 70 miles per hour, that's where you'll probably, I don't know. I mean, I rode it on the freeway for about 40 minutes at a time, and I guess it started getting to me a little bit, the wind noise at 70, 80, 90 miles per hour. I think I found myself slowing down just to kind of take a break from all the wind noise. But I think that's probably the next mod for this. It's just adding some padding around the ears and see if it improves. But as far as more mods on top of what I've already done to it, I haven't done anything. I'm still in the process of probably painting this, kind of like all my other Simpson helmets. It's just that I've been wanting to ride as much as I can with the helmet so I could give you guys a good honest review. But as far as the style of the helmet, I think as far as cons, sorry guys, I don't script these. So as far as cons, I think that's pretty much about it. The noise, the ventilation, I think that's pretty much, I guess the front of it. Like I said, I'm not a big deal. As far as having to do just a little bit more just to close that front face part of the helmet, but I think those are just the cons right there. Okay, straight up front, of course. Like I said, this is the 2205. So this, I think for what it is, at $300 and under, I think it's a solid price point just for the style. Like I said, this is really a style-based helmet. It's got that retro look with a little bit of a modern touch to it. You can see how aggressive the helmet looks. It's a style-wise, this is it's a beautiful helmet. Okay, the SRT helmet is also a good-looking helmet, but in my opinion, style, design, this is where it's at for the mod helmet. It's just, unfortunately, it just lacks everything else. But you know, getting on with the good stuff, I think the build is pretty solid. You know, it's just the fit and finish. Of course, you can see the little designs here and there. You know, the eyebrow on the helmet. You know, the back, little spoiler on the back right here. Like I said, style-wise, it looks pretty cool. The padding, the padding on the inside of the helmet's pretty solid as well. It's kind of like the Ghost Bandit. If you have a Ghost Bandit, the inner padding is just as good. It's firm, it's soft. You know, it's just overall quality. You know, in that aspect of the helmet. I have the Speed Bandit, and you know, the Speed Bandit is kind of like your Gringo S or your Gringo helmet. You know, it has a different type of padding. It's not as soft. I think it's like an antibacterial, you know, feel to it. It's got a chin guard, I believe. Yeah, it's got a chin guard. It's got some alloy components on the inside, of course, where it locks into place. So, you know, it's not all completely plastic. I believe it's like a fiberglass helmet. That's the reason why it's so light. So like I mentioned, the pros is how light the helmet is. You know, it's extremely light for it having everything. You know, the drop down visor and the opening of the helmet. Under 3.5 pounds. That is very, very light compared to I believe, you know, some of my other helmets that don't have as many features as this one. I also, you know, grown to like the drop down visor. This is something that I rarely use on my other helmets because I have the gold or the chrome visor, the tinted visor. This one I still have, you know, the stock visor. It's just that what happened is, you know, I'm riding at night now, and you know, it's just riding at night after work with the gold visor. You know, it kind of sucks. All right, I can't see anything. So I've grown to really like this dual functioning, you know, setup that the Simpson has, or some of these drop down visor helmets have. So as far as, you know, riding to work, lunchtime, if the sun's in my eye, I just throw on the drop down visor. It does pretty good job. Like I said, as far as the coverage in my eyeballs, I think everybody's different. I believe everybody's different when it comes to the drop down visor. For the majority, I say 80% of my vision is covered under the drop down visor. So, you know, it's just something that somebody else made a comment on another review video where this was just kind of banging up against the bridge of their nose. So I'm not sure. As far as myself, I don't have that issue. I think it's just, you know, really depends on the person and how the face is structured and stuff like that. But I'm liking the drop down visor. I like the inside of the helmet. This one so far, you know, compared to the Ghost Bandit, as far as pain to my ears and to the side of my helmet, I didn't experience any of that. The helmet fits perfectly on my frame, and that's what I like about the Ghost Bandit. It's the size. I think the shells, I'm not sure how many shells the Mod Bandit has. I believe, if I remember right, it has somewhere like 3 or 4 different size shells. So the helmet medium fits me perfect. It's smaller than my Ghost Bandit, and it's also smaller than my Speed Bandit. Just the overall footprint and the shell of the helmet. So I'm 5'7". The Ruroc 4 looks huge on me. The Ghost Bandit, another helmet, medium, looks huge on me. You know, and even the Moto 3 is bigger than this helmet. the overall size of the shell and everything. So yes, another pro is just the overall size of the helmet. Like I said, the multiple shell sizes that they offer will benefit a lot of riders that are, smaller, frame. As far as myself, you have a bigger helmet, you're going to experience wind buffeting. So kind of like what I had when I test rode the Chieftain. Recently I test rode the Chieftain with, I believe, the Ghost Bandit, and I got a ton of I think it was the Speed Bandit. I got a ton of wind buffeting, a ton that my visor was rattling and making a ton of noise. So for this one, I don't know, I didn't test ride the Chieftain, but like I said, this one's it's smaller than the Speed Bandit, the overall size of the helmet, so it fits perfectly. As far as my head size, medium, 7 1/4 head size, 58. That's my size. So, on top of that, I think just the style, like I said, that's, another pro. The overall look, the retro, the Moto look to it, it really does look, pretty badass. Okay, so that's another one. I think overall, like I said, for the $300 mark, if you can still find it with Motostorm, the shipping's extremely fast for it coming from the other side of the world. I think it's pretty solid. If you can still find them, like I said, it looks like they're only down to a few helmets after my first impressions video. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching yet another video. That's my review of the Moto Bandit. I would say better from the Ghost Bandit. It just really depends on how much you get the helmet for. Like I mentioned, these Simpson helmets, they're not, if you just see my reviews, you will know that for the price and what you could get out of them, there's other helmet options out there, at that price range. If you were to get it at full price, $600, that's how much these go for here in the United States. I think you're better off getting something else in that price range. I'm just being honest. If you want to, I guess if you really like the look of the helmet, you really have to be ready for all the issues that, mainly just the sound and the wind noise. I think that for the majority, that's probably one of the biggest complaints across all of their lineup. These are made in China. I don't know if there's I don't know. Maybe you guys can probably comment, but would you rather have a 3-pound helmet kind of like this and deal with the wind noise? Or would you rather have a heavier helmet, a little bit of a thicker shell to kind of, just improve the wind noise or the sound? I don't know. I really like that this helmet weighs under 3.5 pounds. And I think that's my last pro. Did I mention that? I don't know. But just the weight of the helmet is another huge pro, considering that I have, a ton of neck issues. I really like the weight of it, the style of it, and the size of the shell. I'm a huge fan. If the helmet fits me perfect at a medium. So anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, here's Motostorm. You can see all the different deals that they have. They do have some pretty solid deals, and like I mentioned, it's super quick shipping. Super quick. This took, I say, about 1 week to get. I'm just surprised how quickly I got the helmet from all the way over in UK, or where are these guys located? I don't know. But another little pro that I mentioned, I have the pin lock. They gave me the pin lock as well. So this is yet another, I think this is like $40. I don't know where it is. I think I saw it earlier, but this is a $40 item. This was also included in the in the box. So this was something that was given in the box for Motostorm. So this is, I remember seeing, I think, yeah, here it is, $44 right here. So not only did I get the helmet for $230, I got the pin lock. got the pin lock. I haven't used it because I'm like I said, I'm still planning on painting the helmet. But this is the clear pin lock, $44. So in total, you know, I got a solid deal on this thing. And for those of you guys that have already ordered your mod Bandit through Motostorm, you guys also got a pretty solid deal. But of course, they have the new helmets. This is the 2206, almost $500. Still, you know, cheaper than here in the States. The States you're looking at $570, so you can still save yourself $100, a little bit over $100 if you get the these other options. And I mean, the shipping is cheap and it's super fast. So anyways, man, this video is long. You guys stay out there, stay safe. Thanks for tuning in. Life's risk, get out there and ride. Later.